Hello and a very warm welcome to Business Today. I'm Siddharth Zarabi and you're watching Rajniti, the show where we discuss politics and policy. And on today's episode that we make specially for you, our YouTube viewers, we are going to talk about fifth generation mobility, 5G mobile broadband internet. The Telecom regulator of India has recommended a new set of prices for 5G mobile broadband spectrum auction sometime later this year. What does this mean and what are the potential possibilities as far as 5G services is concerned from the TRAI recommendation? That's what we are going to discuss. And the first key takeaway is that the Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, the TRAI as it is called, the recommendatory body for all matters of telecom spectrum, has set a very voluminous set of recommendations to the Department of Telecom, which is in the Government of India, which takes a final call. This set of recommendations is very crucial because without the TRAI's recommendations, the government cannot go ahead with the spectrum auction. The key headline from this set of recommendations is that the TRAI is asking the government to cut prices of the spectrum floor price or reserve price as it is called. Now, why is this reserve price and floor price important? Because in two previous auctions, there was virtually no demand and a very large part of the spectrum went unsold because industry said that the spectrum was very expensive and they could not afford to purchase it. And finally, the TRAI has listened to industry demands and decided to cut the price of the most prized and most valuable spectrum, which is the 700 megahertz frequency band, by almost up to 58%. And if you look at overall the quantum of the price cut for the spectrum that has been recommended, it's almost around 40% in terms of the cut that has been announced. And the total spectrum that is being put on auction is also a very, very significant number. Before I get you more details, let's listen into a bite from Sunil Mittal, the chairman of Bharti Enterprises, who, while speaking to Business Today some time ago, had said that unless these prices are made affordable, an auction will not succeed. Let's take a quick listen in.
If the spectrum pricing remains high, we will not be able to buy spectrum. We should not be buying expensive spectrum. We'd rather put more money into the networks, more fiber, more radios, more networks, go into rural areas, serve the communities, rather than buying expensive spectrum. So I'm hoping this time around, the TRAI recommendations will be rational.
That was one of the pioneers of India's mobile revolution, Sunil Mittal, on the spectrum prices that should be set by the government. And we'll now have to wait for the Department of Telecom to decide and take a final view on these recommendations. In terms of the size of the auction, I want to share this data with you that if you look at the overall period of the spectrum that is going to be given out for 5G services, there are two options. One is 20 years and the other is 30 years. For a 20-year period, by these reserve prices, the minimum price, the floor price as it is called, the government can hope to get well over 5 lakh crore rupees. And if you look at it from a 30-year perspective, then it can be 7.5 lakh crore. So these are very, very big numbers. And while the government could get happy about it because it means revenue, the flip side of this kind of arrangement is that prices for the end consumer, because you and I pay for the radio spectrum, no one else, through our monthly bills, we pay for the reserve price and for the final price in a spectrum auction. And that is why it is imperative, if 5G services are to succeed in India, if 5G mobility is to become very widespread, and if we are to get the benefit of 5G services, which provides for mobile broadband at almost 5 times the speed of 4G, then it is important that the prices of the spectrum are kept affordable, and that is what we are looking forward to and hoping will be done in this latest auction. If you have liked this episode, do share, subscribe and keep following us. We'll come back with more. Till then, goodbye.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.